question?
Just another week. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just your thoughts on the opportunity that's ahead for this team this week, and kind of what's been the vibe. What gives you confidence that in this group going into this Alabama game?
Yeah, obviously it's a great opportunity for us to show on a national stage who we are. The vibe in the building has been very good, and the guys have definitely stepped up in preparation, and we know we have to do to prepare for a team like this.
Tyler, you've obviously played in a lot of big games, and you've had a pretty long career over there. Does this game feel any different to you, or is this kind of just another game for you?
Yeah, I played a SEC team twice in Texas A&M. My second year, we actually played Alabama, but I was the backup at that time. I've definitely seen good competition, and Alabama's the last 2 decades have obviously been a really, really good team, and it doesn't feel different in a way. I mean, we're obviously preparing, the best to get the best version out of ourselves. So, obviously, it's a good competition on the other side. So, we're doing the best we can to prepare.
That defense, obviously, it has a lot of moving pieces. Cornerbacks are new, safety is new, the defensive coordinator is new. When it comes to that level of a team with that much change, how do you guys prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the first 2 games and kind of see what they've been doing. They're probably saving a couple of blitzes and coverages for us. So we might look back at maybe some South Alabama stuff where the defensive coordinator came from, and kind of working things out there. But you really have to dive deep down what they did the last 2 games, and feel comfortable about what they're doing there, and kind of prepare and adjust to what they could bring from stuff we haven't really seen yet.
Will said he's expecting a lot of man-to-man coverage. Is that something that also excites you?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of man the last 2 games, and definitely excited to see some of that. Get those one-on-one opportunities with a guy like Will and Bryson Green and Vinny Anthony, C.J. Williams, then Tretch. So I'm excited to see that, and we'll get a couple variations of man and a little bit of zone too. So a little bit of everything.
What's the difference on the practice field and the film room? Just what's it like now versus maybe the last couple of weeks? I don't know if there's any difference in terms of cognitive level.
Yeah, we don't like to prepare for a team like Alabama differently than a team like South Dakota. I mean, you got to take each week the same, and you can't take an opponent lightly. But you could tell the vibe in the building and the vibe at practice. Guys are more upbeat and more, ready in a way. But yeah, we got a good team coming in, so we just got to prepare as well as we can.
Tyler, you mentioned how exciting it is for you guys. It seemed like Coach Fickle kind of insinuated you guys have been holding some things back offensively, getting ready for some of these bigger games. You excited to get some strengths off and run the offense maybe a little bit differently than you had in the first 2 weeks?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we might have been holding some stuff back in the vertical game and maybe some stuff on the perimeter and stuff like that. But, we're going to stick to our base offense and do what we do there, and then take those shots as well. So, yeah, definitely excited for that.
How do you hit some of those bigger ones? You guys have had a lot of sustained drives, not a ton of so-called explosives.
Yeah.
What do you think you guys have to do, especially in a game like this, to get it going?
Yeah, I think sometimes you just got to keep taking those shots. I mean, you might miss, say you take 5 shots, you might miss 3 and hit 2. And those 2 plays are big explosive plays that change the game. So I think we just got to keep taking those shots and, execute as best we can.
When it comes to the atmosphere, you might face your biggest atmosphere here with the fans this weekend, but how is the first 2 games maybe compared to what you've seen in Miami?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Miami is an amazing place, and they have a lot of good fans there, and it's cool to play in Hard Rock Stadium. But the atmosphere here is it's undeniable. It's awesome. The student section brings a lot of energy. The fans bring a lot of energy. It's a cool environment to go into your own locker room, walk out the tunnel, and hear everybody rooting for you.
You obviously haven't been here as long as some other guys, but it's the first time you ever hear about having this opportunity.
When I was kind of looking at schools in the portal, I was kind of looking at the schedules, and obviously saw that in the schedule. I was like, okay, that's a great opportunity there. And coming in here, visiting with the coaches, players, and them talking about what an opportunity it is to have a schedule like this, to have Alabama, Oregon, and other teams on that. Yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity for us to show what we got.
For you personally, is this a prove-it game? Do you feel like you got a lot to show, and this could be a point that springboards your season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these games are big opportunities for everybody on the team, not just myself. So, you can't get out of the framework of your preparation. You can't get out of the framework of how you handle yourself in games just because it's a bigger game. So, just sticking to that process, sticking to the decision making, and execute the best I can.
How hard is it to, with the atmosphere that it could be or the big game feeling, how hard is it to reconcile having extra energy but then not, like you said, trying to make it every other game so that you're not overdoing it or having a hangover or whatnot?
Can you repeat that one?
Or just the same with the energy, how do you try to stay even keeled even though there's this energy, this atmosphere coming up in terms of your preparation, not just for this week but then obviously throughout your stuff throughout the rest of the season?
I thought the first two games I think they were sold out crowds. Obviously this time we have the big noon kickoff, but I don't think that'll affect us when we're on the field. We won't see any of that or whatnot. So, the atmosphere is probably going to be the same as the first two games, just because obviously they were sold out the first two games as well. So, I think it's going to feel the same. Obviously we're playing a different opponent, a big time opponent, but I think it's going to feel the same.
I'm just curious, do you have any